Well, hey everybody, it's The Man Show, and today we're talking to my friend Greg Foley. Say hello.
Hi.
Hey. So we're so happy to have you here. Thank you for coming on the show.
So my name is Greg Foley, and I'm an author and illustrator of 10 picture books. I grew up in Austin, Texas, where we're taping this, and I went off to art school. What's funny is I always made art. I always drew ever since I can remember. And I didn't know anything about going to art school until I was almost ready to go to college. And then my art teacher said, you know what, I think you need to go to art school. And I was so relieved. I thought, oh my gosh, you mean I don't have to go to regular college? So I was lucky enough to go to art school. And then I didn't know what I wanted to do with art. And I was always drawing characters, and eventually a friend of mine who makes children's TV shows said, well, you draw great characters, why don't you go back to writing school? And so I thought that was a great idea, and I started taking writing classes, and lo and behold, stories started coming out. So my very first book, called Thank You Bear, is actually the first story I ever wrote.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, the first story you ever wrote got published?
Yeah. I mean, I wrote a bunch after that, and then I decided a few years later, after I had a bunch of stories, that probably was the best one to show first.
That's incredible.
It was
wow.
lucky.
Yeah, that's great. How exciting.
And lately, I have had a baby girl, a daughter.
Hey, congratulations.
And my wife and I moved back here where I grew up. We lived in New York for a really long time, and then we decided to come back where I grew up. And her name is Sage, and I've been working on a new character called Cat, and it's Cat with a K, and it's about a musical kitten. This is a series of books, and the first one is Cat Writes a Song. The second one is Cat Keeps the Beat, and I'm working on the third one now, and it's not done yet.
And so is each book going to kind of talk a little bit about different aspects of music, songwriting and rhythm and melody, I guess?
That's right. The first one, Cat writes a magic song. And she's not sure that it's magic, but by the end of the story, she finds out. It's called The Amazing Song to Make Things Better.
Oh, I like that.
The next book is about rhythm, you're right. And then the third book, it's a secret, but it is about a different kind of a song.
Oh, okay. I don't want you to give anything away.
I also design books for other people.
So when you say you design books, are you talking about the covers and the...
Yeah, like everything, the inside, the way the pages look, which pictures are in there and how big the pictures are, and then the cover design.
So there's more to just writing a book than the writer and the illustrator. There's somebody else who's kind of like, now we've taken all these pictures and all these words, and we've got to put them in a way that looks good. And is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and usually it's somebody other than the writer illustrator. But since I'm also a designer, I design all my own books.
Ooh.
A lot of people will write a book and somebody else illustrates it, and then somebody totally different from that designs it. In my case, I write the book, I illustrate the book, and I design the book.
So because I don't know a lot about it, forgive my ignorance, can you kind of talk about what's the process of designing a book? Like once you have all the words and the pictures in front of you, what do you do to design that book?
Well, for a printer to print the book, they have to have a layout. And a layout is how big the words are, where the words are on a page, if they're at the top, or if they're in a word bubble, or if they're behind a picture. That's all part of the design.
Oh.
And then the pictures work with them. Is the picture here? You know, does this picture come before this picture? All of that stuff is part of the book design.
You're a very fascinating person.
Thanks, so are you.
Oh. Now, so you've got the cat books. Well, now there was the other book, the bear book. Is there just the one bear book, or do you have more bear books?
There are 5 bear books. There's Thank You Bear, Don't Worry Bear, Good Luck Bear. Then there's one about his best friend, Mouse, I Miss You Mouse. That's a Lift the Flap book. And then there's Make a Wish Bear.
You are the bear, the bear from the book.
Yeah.
You always just want people to say thank you to you. I like it when people say thank you to me.
And don't worry.
Yeah.
And good luck.
These are all nice things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you get them a lot in your life, or you wrote these books because you want to have more of that in your life?
Oh, I don't think you can ever have enough of that.
You never get enough thank yous or good lucks?
Yeah.
No, you're right. Goodbye.
Bye.